got Mississippi, Pittsburgh, Cali's in the house, Nebraska, Arizona, Minnesota, Florida, South Dakota, Iowa, Ohio. Lots of Arizona folks. New Mexico, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Iowa, Arkansas. We got folks from all over the world. Well, let's get started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Eric Nepute. I'm excited to be with you all tonight. We're going to have some fun. I get a chance to do what I love to do the most, and that's educate you all, that's talk to you all about health, about well-being, and about what we're doing and how we're really changing the world. And I'm just excited to be here. You guys are stuck with me by myself tonight. I said, can I please have an hour with everybody tonight just to get deep and help answer as many questions as we can about how to help you understand what health really is and how what we're doing at Amplified is quite honestly is changing the world. I want you all to understand something. We have the ability with what we're doing right now to change the way that healthcare is delivered as a whole. Do you understand that? Do you know how powerful that is? I mean, when we can literally say that we can change the way that healthcare is delivered in our country, which, by the way, we need more help with this now than we ever have. And let me just preach for a minute, then I'm gonna get into some teaching. I need you to understand something. You all need to understand what system and world we're living in right now. You guys, the United States of America, we spend right now $5 trillion a year. It's normally about 3.5, but right now we're spending about $5 trillion a year on healthcare. Well, here's the deal. I would be okay with that investment, and so would you if that investment in what we did got us healthy or cared about us. The unfortunate thing is it doesn't. Would y'all agree with that? Can I get a thumbs up if you agree with that? So what you have to understand is that you have to take responsibility for your health. You have to know what's going on. But the thing is, like when I buy something new, like I just bought this new microphone, right? It comes with an instruction manual. Well, when you came to this world, unfortunately, there was no instruction manual for you. So you got involved in the sick care system that quite honestly is rigged against you. And I don't mean to be rude, crude, or anything. I'm just right to the point. You guys know I'm probably one of the most transparent people on the planet. I'm definitely one of the most transparent doctors on the planet. That's for darn sure. So we're going to talk about that. Julie, ask me those questions. I'll talk about type 1. We'll talk about all this stuff tonight. But what I want to teach you tonight is this. I need to teach you how to shift your thinking. Because right now we have such a wrong way of thinking about what health care really is. And again, if our system that we spend over $5 trillion a year in is a healthcare system, we would be the healthiest country on the planet. But if you look at the top 100 industrialized countries on the planet, we rank in the lower half. Why is that? It's because our system is really a sick care system. Our system is amazing. I mean, amazing with a capital A about taking care of like emergencies. You get a gunshot wound or a car accident, we have the best hospitals, the best doctors, the best procedures and protocols to put you back together. I happen to love emergency room doctors. But we suck, pardon my French, with a capital S, at disease management. We're horrible at it. Type 1, type 2, high blood pressure, cholesterol, IBS, bowel problems, cancers, heart disease, all that stuff. We're horrible at it. That's because we're using the model of emergency medicine to try to fix a problem that quite honestly is lifestyle derived. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. I want you to understand this. I want to tell you what health really is. So would y'all just humor me for a minute? Can you guys see my little whiteboard? Those of you that are new to me know that this is how I roll. I use the whiteboard, the whole idea with when I explain stuff. So here's what health is. Because you're used to talking about health as your symptoms, your diabetes, your heart disease, your neck pain, your back pain, your bowel problems, your skin problems, whatever problem you want to talk about, Crohn's, colitis, diabetes, whatever. Okay. I want to shift your thinking because there's a picture of Einstein on the wall over here. You can't see him, but he's always staring at me. And I always remember what he says. If you continue to do what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always gotten. And if you want a different result, you have to not only think differently, but you have to take different action steps than everybody else that's out there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to take the same action steps that the majority of our countrymen and women are taking. Fat, sick, and nearly dead is where most of us are at. Most of us over the age of 50 years old are on 5 to 7 different medications. We're not feeling our best. We're not living our best life. We're not doing well at all. That's because you're participating in this system because you don't know what health is. So I'm going to draw something. And if you can't see it, I'm drawing a triangle, okay? Just think about this triangle. We call this the triad of health, okay? So I need you to understand this before I get into the teachings tonight, all right? So health really is a balance. If you look at the word ease, have you ever heard of that word before? Ease, E-A-S-E, ease. Ease is the Greek word for balance. Ease means balance, which we also refer to as homeostasis. You've heard of that before, I'm sure. It's all about your body's robbing Peter to pay Paul, to move this, to move that, to stay in balance, to stay in ease. Well, if we get out of balance a little bit, we get this condition known as dis-ease. So if we get out of balance physically, chemically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, we get dis-ease. And sometimes that leads us to get symptoms. Well, symptoms are everything from neck pain, back pain, fatigue, anxiety, depression, Crohn's, colitis, high blood pressure, tachycardia, ringing in the ears, every GERD, cancer, weight gain, obesity. I mean, all these things that you hear, those are symptoms. And when you go to your doctor goes, I got something for that symptom. Well, the symptom is nothing more than your check engine light going off in your car. Are you guys tracking me on that? Okay. I'm not interested in treating symptoms. I'm interested in going after the root cause of the problem. And so if the body is out of balance for long enough, it goes from dis-ease to disease. And so the thing is that most doctors are used to treating the symptoms of disease. What I want you to understand is what we have the ability to do is go to the root cause of what causes us to get out of balance in the first place and get us back from that disease state to dis-ease back to ease. Does that make sense? So check this out. That's lesson number 1, class. Number 2 is this. Think about this triangle as health. We call this the triad of health. And in the middle, there's 100% health right here, 100% health. Well, on one side of the health, there's your physical body. Physical body is important. You know, you've heard that phrase, if we don't move it, we lose it, right? That's important. That's 33% of our health, right? Then we have a mental, emotional, and or spiritual well-being. You guys know, how many of y'all know if you don't feel good emotionally, you don't feel good physically? How many of y'all know if you don't feel good physically, you don't feel good emotionally? It goes hand in hand. That's 33% as well. It's actually 33.3, 33.3, and then down at the bottom is 33.3 as well. This is chemical. And this is the one I want to talk to you guys about the most tonight, because I'm telling you, out of my 20 years of practicing in healthcare, you know, my thousands of doctors that I've trained, my hundreds of thousands of patients that we've helped, the one thing that I've found that we can make the most impact with and make the most impact with quickly is that chemical aspect. If we can get your chemistry balanced out, it will change your life, and it will start to catapult you back up this ladder from disease back to ease, which is where you want to be. Because I'm just telling you right now, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not telling you to go home and throw your pills in the trash. But none of those medications you're taking for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, any of that stuff is fixing the cause of the problem. It's treating your symptoms. You guys tracking me on that? All right, so now check this out. When we talk about chemistry, you have to understand the main thing from a chemical standpoint is the chemistry of your gut. So when we look here, and I'm going to explain this, and I hope that this helps answer your questions. I know that some of you are going to continue to have questions about this because you've been so trained. We've been just brainwashed. We've been just brainwashed into thinking that the guy with the white coat, and I've got one, if you want me to go put it on, I can. The guy with the white coat and the stethoscope that's going to give you a drug for your symptom is there to fix your problem. No, they are not. And no offense to them, but that is, I'm not digging. There's some amazing doctors on here tonight, amazing people that are on tonight, people that have stress, all this stuff going on. But I want to tell you that we want to help you amplify your life. We want to help you take your life to the next level, and we want to put you in the driver's seat of doing that. And if you can control your health, you can control anything. You guys, I've had people that have come from all over the world and said, Dr. Eric, I would pay any price, travel any distance, do anything to get my health back. Some of the wealthiest, most famous people that you know in the world see me on a regular basis, and they're just like you and I. They're stressed out. They're screwed up. They don't know what to eat. They don't know what to do. And then they sit down with me and they go, it's that simple? Yes, it's that simple. Because if you can get your gut right, just hear me on this. If you can get your gut right, we can get everything else right in your system. So when I go through the process, when I talk about healing, you guys, you're going to hear the same ideas, but different words sometimes, okay, from myself and some of the other doctors on our advisory board. So you're going to hear me say, what I like to do is you got to reset your body, okay, reset. And you guys hear Babette and Tony talk about clear the clutter. You got to reset, which is clearing the clutter. Same deal. We got to take the trash out. If we don't take the trash out of the body, we can't do anything to it. We can't heal the body if it's full of trash. Like if I take this glass right here and I want to put some good water in it, but there's just all this trash in there, I got to wash that out first, right? So we got to clear the clutter, reset the body. Then we got to, after we do that, we got to repair the damage. Repair the damage to the tissues. Then we got to rebuild. We got to rebuild. So we got to reset, we got to repair, we got to rebuild. That's what health is. It's all about getting back to that. It's getting the clutter out, repairing the damaged tissue, and rebuilding our body back up to a healthy balance of homeostasis. And it all starts in the gut. The father of medicine, Hippocrates, which, you know, that word hypocrite sometimes comes out of that too, but Hippocrates says, if you first clear the gut, if you get the gut right, get the gut healthy, everything else follows into suit. Everything else. Where does all the nutrition in our body go to when we eat our foods? So foods are nutrients. It's just like putting gas in a car. That gas, though, has to not only get in the tank, which is your stomach, but it's got to get into the engine, which is your intestines, that then pushes it to your cells through the bloodstream. Most of you, listen to this analogy that most of you have. Most of you are putting gas in your gas tank, but your gas ain't getting to your engine because your gut's leaking it out. So I want to give you a tutorial on Leaky Gut 101, the way I explain it to my patients, the way I train my doctors, because I don't like to use big fancy words, because I want you to understand how the body works so that you can communicate it effectively to your friends, your families, even your doctors. If your doctors see this stuff, and wait till they see the results you get, wait till they see once you've been on the products for 90 days and how you're doing and how you're changing your life, they're going to say, what are you doing? And you better be able to explain to it simply what you're doing.
Please get back to the person that shared this video with you. And while you're at it, subscribe and like this video.